been talking to the ceiling again, hoping heaven might respond. But the only thing that answers me is the echo of what's gone. The air feels heavy with disappointment, like prayers suspended in the dark. And every dream I tried protecting now feels like another broken part. I still open up my Bible, searching for a verse to breathe, something strong enough to hold me when the pain won't let me sleep. But tonight the words feel distant, like rain beyond a desert sky. And I hate how much I need you, while still wondering why. Why you let the nights grow colder, why you let my soul grow tired, why the fire that once burned brightly now feels buried under wires. Still beneath the ruins, my heart keeps calling you. Elroy, can you hear me? Can you hear this shaking faith? I'm still reaching through the silence, still calling out your name, because I don't need perfection, I just need to know you're near. I need to know these tears are seen, I need to know you hear. Elroy, can you hear me? Everybody says keep trusting, like the waiting doesn't bruise, like it's easy waking up each day, afraid there's more to lose. They don't hear the hidden questions that haunt me after every prayer, wondering if heaven listens or if nobody is there. I've seen miracles for strangers, I watched impossible things move, seen you rescue other people while I'm begging for a clue. And I know that sounds selfish, but honesty is all I have, because worship born from suffering cannot survive behind a mask. Sometimes faith looks less like singing and more like barely hanging on, more like whispering I trust you while your strength is almost gone. So if you're somewhere in this darkness, please don't stay hidden now. Elroy, can you hear me? Even through this fractured soul, can you hear the desperation of someone losing hope? Because I've carried this exhaustion for longer than I can explain, and I need more than empty sermons to survive this kind of pain. Elroy, can you hear me? And somewhere in the silence, I remembered who you are, the God who met a broken woman alone beneath the stars, the God who sees the abandoned, the wounded and ashamed, the God who walks through deserts calling people by their names, not just when they're strong and faithful, not just when their worship shines, but when they're sitting in the ashes, trying not to lose their minds. And suddenly I realize maybe heaven's not ignoring me, maybe you've been sitting with me in every unseen tragedy, maybe every tear I cried alone was never really hidden there, because Elroy, So tonight I bring you honesty, not polished words or perfect praise, just a soul that's tired of pretending it survives these heavy days. I don't have impressive worship, I don't have strong faith to display. I just have this broken whisper, please don't take your love away. And maybe that's enough for heaven, maybe weakness reaches far, maybe honest desperation is where real worship starts. Because the strongest prayers are sometimes the simplest cries for help, the kind that rise from shattered people who have nothing left themselves. Elroy, can you hear me? Then hold me through this silent war. Hold me when the fear is louder than any hope before. And if tomorrow brings no answers, still don't let me walk alone. Because even hidden mercy can still lead my spirit home. Elroy, the God who sees the forgotten, the God who stays through every scar, the God who never stops listening, no matter where we are. You see the tears before they fall, you hear the prayers we cannot say. You stay beside the broken-hearted when everybody walks away. You collect the silent suffering, the secret battles no one knows. And somehow through the deepest valleys, your compassion still keeps close. So maybe faith is not a fire that never trembles in the wind. Maybe faith is simply choosing to call your name again and again. To the exhausted believer, to the one losing strength in secret, to the soul wondering if God still notices them. He does. Even when your worship sounds like weeping, even when your faith feels thin, even when your prayers are nothing more than God. The ceiling feels like stone to numb. Every prayer comes back unheard. I've rehearsed these tears in silence, too exhausted now for words. The room is dark except the memories of all the faith I used to know, back when hope still sounded fearless, before disappointment took control. I have called your name in whispers, I have screamed it in my mind. Still the heavens feel so distant, like you left this heart behind. And everybody says you're faithful, that you never leave the weak. So why does your silence echo louder every time I desperately seek? I keep reading all your promises, trying hard to make them mine. But tonight they feel like stories for another life, another time. So I ask through trembling lungs, the question breaking me apart. Elroy, can you hear me? Can you see the tears I hide? Do you still walk beside me when I cry alone at night? Because I've been barely breathing underneath this heavy pain, and I need to know you're listening before I completely break. Elroy, can you hear me? Elroy, I have watched the people dancing, testimonies in their hands, stand here with unanswered prayers, trying somehow to still stand. And I hate the doubt inside me, hate the fear that slowly grows every time the sky stays silent after all the tears I've sown. Maybe I have prayed too weakly, maybe faith escaped my soul. Maybe heaven closed its windows, maybe I'm too broken to hold all the miracles you promised to the weary and afraid. Because I've searched for you in ruins, yet somehow still feel unchanged. And the hardest part of waiting is pretending I am strong, while my soul quietly collapses behind every worship song. Still somewhere beneath the ache, your name remains. Elroy, can you hear me? Can you find me in this storm? Because I feel too far from mercy, too exhausted to hold on. And if you truly see the sparrows, if you count each fallen tear, then why do I still feel abandoned when I need you most right here? Elroy, hey, can you hear me? Elroy, Hagar cried out in the desert, certain she was left to die. Yet you found her in the wilderness and called her by her life. So maybe you still move in silence, maybe you still walk unseen. Maybe heaven's greatest wonders happen quietly in between. Maybe you are in the breaking, maybe you are in the ache. Maybe every shattered prayer is one you carefully still take. And if you truly are Elroy, the God who sees the hidden pain, then you saw me in the darkness before I called your name. Tonight the tears still keep on falling, and the answers haven't come. But somehow in the middle of it, I still reach for who you are. Because faith is not pretending that the suffering disappears. Faith is choosing to keep praying with trembling hands and drowning tears. And maybe I don't need the miracle as much as I need your voice. Maybe healing starts the moment a broken heart still makes the choice to believe beyond emotion, to trust beyond what eyes can see, to hold on to your presence when life feels incomplete. So if you're here inside this silence, then teach my soul to recognize that even hidden love is still love, even unseen hands still guide. Elroy, can you hear me? Even now beneath this weight, can you hear this fragile worship rising through the fear and pain? Because I'm still here calling heaven, still reaching through the night, still hoping you are closer than the silence in my mind. Elroy, the God who sees me, Elroy, the God who never leaves. Elroy, please remind this weary heart you still remember me. When I cannot feel you, still you are God. When I cannot trace you, still you are near. When the sky stays silent, still until that morning finds me. Let your presence carry me, because survival sometimes looks like worship, with tears instead of lifted hands. And maybe heaven calls that beautiful, even when I barely stand. I've called your name in whispers, I've screamed it in. I've been talking to the ceiling again, hoping heaven might respond. But the only thing that answers me is the echo of what's gone. The air feels heavy with disappointment, like prayer suspended in the dark. And every dream I tried protecting now feels like another broken part. I still open up my Bible, searching for a verse to breathe, something strong enough to hold me when the pain won't let me sleep. But tonight the words feel distant, like rain beyond a desert sky. And I hate how much I need you, while still wondering why. Why you let the nights grow colder? Why you let my soul grow tired? Why the fire that once burned brightly now feels buried under wires? Still beneath the ruins, my heart keeps calling you. Can you hear me? Can you hear this shaking faith? I'm still reaching through the silence, still calling out your name. Because I don't need perfection, I just need to know you're near. I need to know these tears are seen. I need to know you hear, Elroy. Can you hear me? Everybody says, keep trusting, like the waiting doesn't bruise, like it's easy waking up each day, afraid there's more to lose. They don't hear the hidden questions that haunt me after every prayer, wondering if heaven listens or if nobody is there. I've seen miracles for strangers, watched impossible things move, seen you rescue other people while I'm begging for a clue. And I know that sounds selfish, but honesty is all I have, because worship born from suffering cannot survive behind a mask. Sometimes faith looks less like singing and more like barely hanging on, more like whispering, I trust you, while your strength is almost gone. So if you're somewhere in this darkness, please don't stay hidden now. Elroy, can you hear me? Even through this fractured soul, can you hear the desperation of someone losing hope? Because I've carried this exhaustion for longer than I can explain, and I need more than empty sermons to survive this kind of pain. Elroy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And somewhere in the silence, I remembered who you are, the God who met a broken woman alone beneath the stars, the God who sees the abandoned, the wounded and ashamed, the God never really hidden there, because Elroy means you still see me, even when despair says you don't care. So tonight I bring you honesty, not polished words or perfect praise, just a soul that's tired of pretending it survives these heavy days. I don't have impressive worship, I don't have strong faith to display. I just have this broken whisper, please don't take your love away. And maybe that's enough for heaven, maybe weakness reaches far, maybe honest desperation is where real worship starts. Because the strongest prayers are sometimes the simplest cries for help, the kind that rise from shattered people who have nothing left themselves. Elroy, can you hear me? Then hold me through this silent war. Hold me when the fear is louder than any hope before. And if tomorrow brings no answers, still don't let me walk alone, because even hidden mercy can still lead my spirit home. Elroy, the God who sees the forgotten, the God who stays through every scar, the God who never stops listening, no matter where we are. You see the tears before they fall, you hear the prayers we cannot say, you stay beside the broken-hearted when everybody walks away. You collect the silent suffering, the secret battles no one knows, and somehow through the deepest valleys, your compassion still keeps close. So maybe faith is not a fire that never trembles in the wind. Maybe faith is simply choosing to call your name again and again. To the exhausted believer, to the one losing strength in secret, to the soul